Imagine for a moment that you are in a room full of noise, where everyone is talking but few have anything really valuable to say. In this chaos, how can you stand out? How can you demonstrate your true value without having to shout louder than the others? The ancient Stoics had the answer: actions, not words. They believed that true power lies in what you do, how you live, and the choices you make every day. And here's the secret. This same principle can not only transform the way you are perceived, but also attract wealth and success into your life. In this video, we'll explore together how to apply Stoic wisdom to demonstrate your value in an authentic and strategic way, while building a solid path to attract prosperity. Each lesson shared here has the potential to change your perspective on success and yourself. And at the end, I'll reveal an essential piece of Stoic advice that many overlook, but which could be the game changer in your journey to true wealth. So if you're ready to master your mind and your actions, subscribe to the channel now and enjoy this video. Your participation is essential for us to continue bringing you transformative content like this. Let's dive into the timeless wisdom of the Stoics and discover how it can be the key to your modern success. In Stoicism, dignity is not something you wear or show off. It is built into the way you live and act. It's not about impressing others with ostentation or empty words, but about being authentic and true to yourself. When you present yourself with genuine confidence and integrity, you convey a powerful message to the world. I know who I am and what I deserve. This attitude not only attracts respect, but also opens doors to opportunities that are aligned with your deepest values. Epictetus, one of the great masters of Stoicism, reminds us, don't worry about looking good to others, worry about being good. This means that your energy should be focused on building a solid character rather than seeking external validation. True strength lies in being comfortable with yourself without having to prove anything to anyone. Imagine the following scene. Two people are on a date. One of them is clearly trying to impress, talking loudly about their achievements and showing off superficialities. The other, on the other hand, is calm, confident, and comfortable in their own skin. Who do you think leaves a more lasting impression? Authenticity always wins. That's the essence of presenting yourself with dignity. What's more, the way you treat yourself sets the standard for how others will treat you. If you respect their time, emotions, and energy, you are sending a clear message to the world. I am worthy of respect, and I expect to be treated that way. This attitude is not arrogance. It is an act of self-love. In difficult or challenging times, staying true to this dignity is crucial. It's not about being perfect. We all make mistakes, but about how we react to them. Do you crumble under pressure or hold your head high and learn from the experience? It is in this balance between internal strength and humility that true Stoic power lies. Let's go to the first principle. Principle 1. Know your value. To attract wealth and demonstrate your value in a Stoic way, the first step is to understand that your value is not in the hands of others, but in your virtues, actions, and the way you choose to live. Marcus Aurelius, the great emperor and Stoic philosopher, taught us, you have power over your mind, not over external events. This phrase is a powerful reminder that your self-esteem must come from within, based on your character and the consistency of your choices, and not on other people's opinions or external validation. Imagine yourself as a rare gemstone. Not everyone who passes you by will immediately recognize your value. Some may even ignore you completely, but that doesn't diminish its essence or brilliance. Stoicism teaches us that our true value is unshakable because it lies in who we are, what we believe in, and the positive impact we generate in the world around us. When you know this intrinsic value deeply, something extraordinary happens. You Become resilient in the face of adversity and automatically more attractive to the right opportunities. In the context of wealth, knowing your value means understanding that you don't need to desperately chase recognition or success. Instead, you position yourself as someone worthy of respect and prosperity through your actions. Think about it. People who are confident in their worth don't beg for attention or approval. They naturally attract what they want because they emanate strength and authenticity. This attitude is magnetic. The Stoics also remind us of the importance of focusing on what we can control. You can't control how others see you or react to you, but you can control how you act, how you react to situations, and how you build your life. By aligning your actions with your values and virtues, you create a solid foundation for attracting wealth, not just financially, but also emotionally and spiritually. Now, here's a practical exercise inspired by the Stoics. Take a moment to reflect on your deepest qualities. What are the values that guide your decisions? Perhaps it's your honesty, your resilience, or your ability to learn from mistakes. Recognizing these inner strengths is essential to strengthening your self-confidence. And remember, when you really know your worth, you don't accept less than you deserve. That's not arrogance, it's self-respect. Finally, by demonstrating this value with consistent actions and not just words, you send a clear message to the world. I am valuable because I live in line with my principles. This clarity attracts genuine opportunities and people who recognize and respect your potential. After all, as Epictetus wisely said, don't aspire to be admired by others. Aspire to be admirable to yourself. Principle 2, act with limits. Setting clear limits is one of the most profound acts of self-respect and one of the most powerful ways of demonstrating your worth. In Stoicism, we learn that it's not enough just to talk about our limits. We need to live them, defend them, and demonstrate them with consistent action. After all, as Epictetus teaches us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Your reaction to situations that challenge your limits is what defines who you really are. Imagine that you've made it clear to someone that you value honesty above all else. Then they lie to you. At that point, your words no longer carry any weight. What really matters is how you act. Do you ignore the transgression, allowing it to happen again? Or do you confront the situation firmly and calmly, showing that you don't tolerate disrespect? The way you respond sends a clear message to the world about how much you value yourself. The Stoics teach us to be firm without being aggressive. This means that when setting limits, we don't need to create conflicts or act out in anger. On the contrary, we should approach these situations calmly and rationally, showing the world and ourselves that we value our time, energy, and well-being. This attitude not only reinforces our self-esteem, but also sets a standard of mutual respect in our relationships. Setting limits is also essential for attracting wealth and genuine opportunities. When you demonstrate that you know what you accept and what you don't accept in your life, the people around you begin to see you as someone of trust and integrity. This clarity attracts authentic connections and opportunities in line with your values. After all, no one wants to invest in someone who doesn't know what they want or who allows themselves to be treated in any way. However, acting with boundaries isn't just about big decisions. The small, everyday moments count too. Think about the time someone has cancelled plans at the last minute or ignored your needs. How did you react? Did you allow it to go unnoticed? Or did you calmly and firmly communicate that this is not in line with the kind of relationship or interaction you want to cultivate? These small adjustments in behavior create a profound impact on how others perceive you. The practice of mindfulness can be a powerful ally in this process. By being aware of your emotions and reactions in the present moment, you can assess whether you are acting in accordance with your values or giving in to external pressure. This self-awareness allows you to adjust your stance whenever necessary, ensuring that your limits are respected without compromising your integrity. Finally, remember, setting healthy boundaries is not a selfish act. It's an act of self-love. When you act clearly and consistently in relation to your boundaries, you are saying to the world, I respect myself and I expect to be treated the same way. And that message is irresistibly powerful. It attracts respect, admiration, and opportunities aligned with your true value. Principle 3, limit access. In a world where everything seems to be at the click of a button, where instant gratification is the norm and constant availability is seen as a virtue, limiting access to your life becomes an act of profound wisdom and self-respect. Stoicism teaches us that we shouldn't surrender our time, energy, and attention carelessly. This isn't about manipulation or emotional games. It's about understanding the value of what you offer and protecting your inner peace. Think about it. When something is always available, it tends to lose its value. It's human nature. Stoicism reminds us that what is rare and selective arouses more appreciation. Limiting access to your life, your emotions, and your time doesn't mean closing yourself off from the world, but rather being discerning about who deserves to be by your side. As Epictetus taught us, don't give your mind to just anyone. Protect it as something precious. This same logic can be applied to your interactions and connections. Being selective doesn't mean being cold or distant, but rather setting a clear standard for who you allow into your inner circle. This starts with an awareness of your own value. When you recognize that your time and energy are limited resources, you begin to treat them as such. You stop automatically saying yes to everything and everyone and start prioritizing what really matters to you. Imagine a practical example. You are constantly available for someone who only shows up when they need something. They know they can count on you, but they never genuinely reciprocate or value your presence. By limiting access, you set out a clear message: I respect myself enough not to allow my energy to be drained by one-sided relationships. This isn't selfishness, it's self-care. In addition, limiting access creates space for more meaningful and authentic connections. When you stop being available to everyone all the time, you start to attract people who really value your presence. These people understand that your attention and time are valuable because you treat them that way. In the context of wealth, be it emotional, spiritual, or financial, limiting access also plays a crucial role. When you demonstrate selectivity in your choices and relationships, you convey a powerful message: I know my worth. This attitude attracts opportunities that are aligned with your goals and drives away those that don't contribute to your growth. Finally, remember, limiting access is not about creating insurmountable barriers or isolating yourself from the world. It's about cultivating a sense of stoic discernment, knowing where to invest your energy in order to reap the richest rewards. It's about building a life where every connection has meaning and every moment is spent with purpose. By doing this, you not only protect your inner peace, but also demonstrate to the world that your time and energy are too precious to waste. And this is one of the most powerful ways to attract respect, admiration, and true prosperity. Principle 4. Focus on actions, not words. We live in a world flooded with words. Promises are easily made, speeches are crafted to impress, and social media is full of empty declarations. But as the Stoics wisely teach us, words can be illusory. It is actions that reveal the essence of a person. Epictetus reminds us, don't say you're a philosopher, show it in your life. This lesson couldn't be more relevant today, especially when it comes to demonstrating your value and attracting genuine wealth. When you focus on actions, you are sending a clear message to the world. You are someone who lives in line with your values. It doesn't matter how eloquent you are or how much you talk about your intentions. If your actions don't reflect your words, your credibility crumbles. Stoicism teaches us to be careful observers, both of the attitudes of others and of our own. It is through this critical eye that we can discern what is real from what is just appearance. Imagine a common scenario. Someone promises to help you with an important project, but never follows through. On the other hand, someone else quietly starts contributing and getting the job done. Who shows more value? Who earns your trust? Actions speak louder than words can. In the same way, by observing the attitudes of those around you, you begin to understand their true intentions and character. But this philosophy doesn't just apply to others. It starts within you. If you want to attract wealth and opportunities, you need to ensure that your actions are aligned with your goals and values. It's not enough to say you're disciplined or committed. You have to prove it every day through your behavior. If you want financial success, for example, your actions must reflect consistent habits of planning, hard work, and continuous learning. Every choice you make, from how you spend your time to how you treat others, builds or destroys your reputation. What's more, focusing on actions creates a virtuous cycle of mutual trust and respect in your personal and professional relationships. When people realize that they can count on you to act consistently with what you say, they begin to trust you in a deep and lasting way. This not only strengthens your interpersonal connections, but also attracts opportunities in line with your values. However, this focus on actions requires full attention and emotional discipline. We are often tempted to talk more than we act, or to accept fine words without questioning their validity. Stoicism challenges us to resist these emotional traps and always seek the truth through rational observation and consistent practice. Finally, remember, demonstrating your worth is not about impressing others with grandiose words or empty promises. It's about living authentically and acting according to your principles. As Marcus Aurelius said, "Be like the rock against which the waves continually break. It stands firm while the foam of the water dissipates." Your actions are the rock firm, consistent, and unshakable in the face of external circumstances. By adopting this Stoic approach of focusing on actions rather than words, you not only demonstrate your value to the world, you also become a magnet for true wealth, be it material or spiritual. After all, those who live in line with their values naturally attract the respect and opportunities that really matter. Principle 5. Be prepared to walk away. In Stoicism, there is a powerful concept that few have the courage to apply: detachment. It's not about coldness or insensitivity, but an essential skill for protecting your dignity and moving forward in life. When it comes to demonstrating your value and attracting wealth, learning to walk away from situations or people who compromise your values is an act of self-love and an undeniable demonstration of inner strength. Staying where you are not valued, whether in a personal or professional relationship, not only weakens your self-esteem, but also blocks the path to opportunities that are more in line with what you really deserve. The Stoics teach us that true power lies in knowing what we can control. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not over external events." This means that you can't change other people's actions or intentions, but you can choose how to react to them. If someone or something is compromising your inner peace or disrespecting your boundaries, the act of letting go is not weakness, it's strength. It's a clear recognition of your value. Imagine you're in an environment where you constantly have to justify your presence, fight for respect, or accept less than you deserve. Each day in that space consumes your energy and diminishes your capacity to grow and prosper. Stoicism reminds us that staying in such situations is a choice, and you have the power to make a different choice. The courage to walk away is an act of affirmation. I value myself too much to accept less than I deserve. In the context of wealth and success, this lesson is even more crucial. We often cling to jobs, partnerships, or projects that no longer serve our purpose out of fear of the unknown or loss. But the Stoics challenge us to face these moments with courage and clarity. By letting go of what doesn't add value to your life, you make room for opportunities that are more in line with your goals and values. This process requires self-knowledge and emotional discipline. It's not easy to let go of something or someone that was once part of your life, but it's necessary in order to grow. Think of it like pruning a tree. By removing the dead branches, you allow new shoots to flourish. In the same way, by letting go of what no longer serves you, you make way for new possibilities. Be it a healthier relationship, a more satisfying job, or simply more inner peace. But how do you know when it's time to walk away? Stoicism offers a simple compass. Ask yourself if the situation is in line with your values and if it contributes to your personal or professional growth. If the answer is no, the next step is to act firmly and calmly. There's no need for drama or confrontation. Walking away can be done with dignity and respect for both yourself and others. Finally, remember, being prepared to walk away isn't about giving up. It's about prioritizing what really matters in your life. It's about recognizing that you deserve to be in environments and relationships that respect your value and support your growth. As Epictetus said, freedom lies in wanting only what depends on you. By practicing this Stoic principle, you demonstrate to the world and to yourself that you are committed to your own evolution and success. So have the courage to let go of what no longer serves you. This act of healthy detachment is one of the most important steps towards demonstrating your value and attracting genuine wealth in all areas of life. Principle 6. The power of no. Saying no is one of the most powerful and transformative tools you can use to demonstrate your value and attract wealth, both material and emotional. However, this simple word often carries an enormous weight. This is because, in a world where external approval seems to be the most valuable currency, refusing something or someone can seem like an act of rebellion or even selfishness. But Stoicism teaches us that saying no is not just an act of courage. It is also an act of self-love and fidelity to your deepest values. Seneca, one of the great Stoic masters, said, "He who is master of himself will never be a slave." This phrase encapsulates the essence of the power of no. When you learn to say no to what doesn't serve your goals or compromise your principles, you are taking control of your life. You are declaring to the world and to yourself that you are clear about what really matters and that you are not willing to compromise your integrity for convenience or external pressure. Imagine you are in a situation where you are invited to take part in a project or commitment that is clearly not aligned with your values or goals. The easiest route would be to accept in order to avoid conflict or appear cooperative. But in doing so, you would be sacrificing your time and energy on something that adds no value to your life. Stoicism teaches us to be selective with our choices, because every yes given to what doesn't matter is a no for what does matter. Saying no is also a powerful way to attract real wealth, be it financial, emotional, or spiritual. When you set clear boundaries and communicate your priorities firmly, you begin to attract people and opportunities that respect those boundaries. On the other hand, accepting everything indiscriminately can lead to burnout and loss of focus on your main goals. However, saying no doesn't mean rejecting everything or acting indifferently. It's about discernment. It's about evaluating each situation based on your values and goals and making conscious decisions. As the Stoics teach us, true power lies in acting rationally and purposefully, rather than being driven by emotions or the fear of displeasing others. It's important to remember that no can also be said respectfully and assertively. It doesn't have to be accompanied by long justifications or excessive apologies. A simple, "This is not in line with my priorities at the moment," can be enough to communicate your position without creating unnecessary conflicts. Furthermore, the power of no extends to interpersonal relationships. Often we feel obliged to maintain connections or interactions that drain our energy because we are afraid of hurting others or appearing insensitive. But Stoicism reminds us that staying in situations that compromise our inner peace is a choice, and we can choose differently. By saying no to toxic or unbalanced relationships, you are saying yes to your own emotional health and personal growth. Finally, remember, every time you say no to what doesn't serve your purposes, you are strengthening your self-esteem and demonstrating to the world that you know your worth. As Marcus Aurelius said, "Be like the rock, against which the waves continually break. It stands firm while the foam of the water dissipates." To say no is to be that rock firm in your convictions and unshakable in the face of external pressures. So embrace the power of no. Use it as a tool to protect your time, energy, and values. By doing so, you not only demonstrate your true value, but also create space to attract genuine wealth in all areas of your life. Principle 7. Embrace imperfections. In Stoicism, there is an essential truth that many avoid, but which is liberating. No one is perfect, and perfection is not the goal. On the contrary, Stoic philosophy invites us to accept our imperfections and those of others as part of the human experience. Embracing these flaws is not a sign of weakness, but of strength and wisdom. When you recognize your own limitations and vulnerabilities, you create space for more authentic and meaningful connections, both with yourself and with others. In his Meditations, Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate has brought you together." This phrase reminds us that acceptance is an act of love for oneself and for others. It's not about resignation or conformism, but about understanding that our imperfections are part of what makes us unique and human. When you free yourself from the pressure to be perfect, you begin to live with more lightness and authenticity. In the context of demonstrating your value and attracting wealth, embracing your imperfections is a powerful tool. Think about it. People who constantly seek to appear flawless often create a barrier between themselves and others. They can appear unattainable or artificial. On the other hand, those who recognize their flaws and learn from them emanate genuine confidence. This authenticity is magnetic. It attracts real opportunities and connections because it shows that you have the courage to be who you really are. What's more, accepting the imperfections of others is equally transformative. Instead of expecting the people around you to live up to unrealistic standards, you begin to see their humanity. This creates an environment of empathy and understanding where relationships can flourish in a healthy way. Imagine a leader who admits his mistakes instead of hiding them. He doesn't lose respect. He gains admiration for his honesty and humility. Stoicism also teaches us to find beauty in imperfection. Epictetus said, "Do not seek that things happen as you wish, but wish that they happen as they do." This applies both to external circumstances and to the way we see ourselves. Your imperfections are not obstacles, they are opportunities for growth and learning. Every mistake made or flaw perceived is a chance to become better and more resilient. Practically speaking, embracing your imperfections can start with something simple: daily self-acceptance. Instead of criticizing yourself for not meeting impossible expectations, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? This change of perspective turns mistakes into valuable lessons. Similarly, when dealing with others, choose to focus on their efforts rather than their shortcomings. This strengthens bonds and creates an environment where everyone feels valued. Finally, remember, true wealth, whether emotional or material, comes from authenticity. People are attracted to those who have the courage to be vulnerable because it reflects inner strength. As Marcus Aurelius also said, the perfection of morality consists in living each day as if it were your last. This means living without fear of others' judgment or excessive self-criticism. By embracing your imperfections and those of others, you demonstrate emotional maturity and build a solid foundation for attracting respect, admiration, and genuine prosperity. After all, it is in the acceptance of our shared humanity that we find true connection and meaning in life. Principle 8. Never persecute. In Stoicism, there's a fundamental principle that can transform the way you approach your relationships and goals. Don't chase what moves away. Chasing something or someone that is clearly not aligned with you not only drains your energy, but also compromises your dignity and self-worth. As Epictetus wisely taught, we must focus on what is within our control and let go of what is not. Chasing what is distant is a futile effort because you are trying to control the uncontrollable, and this only leads to frustration and emotional exhaustion. Imagine you're in a situation where someone starts to distance themselves from you, whether in a personal or professional relationship. The natural impulse might be to chase after them, try to fill the void, or convince the other party to stay. But here's the Stoic truth. By pursuing, you transfer your power to the other person. You communicate, even if unconsciously, that you don't believe you are enough on your own. This act not only weakens your dignity, but also prevents new opportunities more in line with your value from entering your life. Stoicism teaches us to calmly accept what is beyond our control. If someone or something is moving away, it is because it has already fulfilled its role in your journey. Persisting in keeping something that is no longer compatible with your values or goals is like holding sand in your hands. The more you try to grab it, the more it escapes. Letting go of what no longer serves you is an act of courage and self-love. It's saying to yourself, I deserve something better, something that is in tune with who I am and where I want to go. What's more, by stopping chasing, you create space for new opportunities and genuine connections to appear. Think of it, like cleaning out a closet full of old things to make room for the new. When you let go of what doesn't add value to your life, you make way for experiences and people who truly recognize and respect your value. This practice also strengthens your self-confidence and emotional resilience. By deciding not to chase after what is moving away, you reaffirm your emotional independence and demonstrate to the world and to yourself that you know who you are and what you deserve. This stance is incredibly powerful and attractive. It conveys a clear message. I'm complete in my own right and only accept what really adds to my life. It's important to remember that letting go doesn't mean being cold or indifferent. It's a conscious choice to prioritize your inner peace above all else. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, you have power over your mind, not over external events. This means that you can choose how to respond to situations, even when they involve loss or disappointment. In the context of attracting wealth and demonstrating value, this Stoic approach is even more relevant when you stop chasing opportunities or people who are clearly not aligned with your goals. You start focusing on what really matters, your personal growth and your authentic goals. This shift in focus naturally attracts the right opportunities into your life, not because you've desperately chased them, but because you've created an environment where they can flourish. Remember, Never chase what moves away. Letting go is an act of strength, not weakness. By releasing what no longer serves you, you show respect for yourself and make room for the new to enter your life. As the Stoics teach us, true freedom comes from accepting the natural flow of things and trusting in the process of life. And in this state of acceptance and trust, you will find the inner peace you need to thrive in all areas of your existence. Principle 9. Live in alignment with your values. Living in line with your values is the essence of demonstrating your worth and attracting true wealth, be it financial, emotional, or spiritual. In Stoicism, this practice is not just a choice, it is a non-negotiable commitment to authenticity and integrity. When your actions reflect your deepest principles, you live in a way that is consistent with who you really are. And this congruence creates a powerful impact on your life and the people around you. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Be simple, good, and true." This simplicity doesn't mean a lack of ambition, but rather clarity about what really matters. When you live in line with your values, you eliminate external noise and focus on what is essential. This not only strengthens your self-esteem, but also attracts opportunities that are in tune with your essence. After all, the universe responds to authenticity. In the context of attracting wealth, aligning yourself with your values creates a solid foundation for sustainable success. Think about it. How often do we see people achieving material wealth at the expense of their principles only to feel empty or dissatisfied? Stoicism teaches us that true prosperity comes when our achievements are in harmony with our values. For example, if you value honesty, building a career or business based on transparency and ethics will not only be more rewarding, it will also attract clients, partners, and opportunities that share these same ideals. What's more, living by your values inspires others to do the same. When you act with integrity and purpose, you become a living example of what it means to be authentic in a world often dominated by superficiality. This attitude generates genuine respect and admiration, strengthening both your personal and professional relationships. But living in line with your values takes courage. There will be times when you are challenged to compromise your principles out of convenience or external pressure. It is in these moments that Stoicism offers strength. Epictetus reminds us, first tell yourself what you will be, then do what you have to do. This internal clarity is what allows us to resist temptations to stray from the path. But how do you apply this in practice? First, identify your core values. What is non-negotiable for you? Honesty, respect, generosity. Then assess whether your daily actions are in line with these principles. If not, adjust your behavior to better reflect who you are. For example, if you value discipline, but notice that you are procrastinating on your financial or personal goals, commit to acting with more focus and consistency. Another important aspect is to set clear boundaries to protect your values. This might mean saying no to projects or relationships that aren't aligned with your priorities, or avoiding environments where you feel you have to compromise your integrity to fit in. Finally, remember that living in line with your values doesn't mean perfection. We all make mistakes or face moments of doubt. The important thing is to use these moments as opportunities to reflect and realign yourself with your principles. As Marcus Aurelius said, be tolerant of others and strict with yourself. This means being kind to yourself by correcting deviations while maintaining a high standard for your own actions. By living this way, with authenticity and integrity, you not only demonstrate your value to the world, you also create the ideal conditions for attracting true wealth, that which is deeply connected to your purpose and essence. This is Stoic wealth, a life lived with meaning, coherence, and a positive impact on both yourself and others. Principle 10. Practice virtue. Practicing virtue is the beating heart of Stoicism. and one of the most powerful ways to demonstrate your worth and attract true wealth. In Stoicism, virtue is not just an abstract idea, but a daily commitment to essential qualities such as honesty, loyalty, compassion, and respect. These virtues not only shape who we are, but also create the foundations for a life rich in meaning, purpose, and genuine connections. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The perfection of morality consists in living each day as if it were your last." This phrase reminds us that practicing virtue isn't something we put off for the future. It's a choice we make every moment. When you act with virtue, you are living in line with your deepest values, and this is perceived by the world around you. Virtuous people emanate confidence and authenticity, qualities that attract respect, admiration, and opportunities. In the context of attracting wealth, practicing virtue is a powerful differentiator. Think about it. In a world where many seek shortcuts or compromise their principles for immediate gain, those who remain true to honesty and integrity naturally stand out. For example, in the professional environment, being known as someone who is trustworthy and ethical not only strengthens your reputation, but also creates lasting partnerships and opens doors to opportunities that really matter. In addition, practicing virtue inspires others around you. When you act with compassion and respect, it creates a positive domino effect in your personal and professional relationships. Imagine a leader who makes decisions based on justice and empathy. Not only does he gain the trust of his team, but he also builds an environment where everyone feels valued and motivated. This approach not only enriches others, it also comes back to you in the form of stronger connections and genuine reciprocity. Practicing virtue also requires courage. In a world where we are often pressured to compromise our values in order to please or get ahead, standing firm requires inner strength. As Epictetus reminds us, first tell yourself what you will be, then do what you have to do. This means deciding who you want to be, an honest, loyal, or compassionate person, and acting on that decision, regardless of external circumstances. But how do you incorporate this practice into your daily life? Start with small acts of virtue. Be honest in your interactions, even when it's difficult. Show loyalty to the people who trust you. Practice compassion by actively listening to others and offering genuine support when needed. And above all, respect both others and yourself. Each of these actions strengthens your personal integrity and demonstrates to the world the kind of person you are. However, practicing virtue doesn't mean being perfect or never making mistakes. We are all human and fallible. What is important is how we react to our mistakes, whether we learn from them and strive to do better in the future. This humility in recognizing our faults is also part of practicing virtue. Finally, remember, practicing virtue not only transforms who you are, but also shapes the kind of life you attract. When your actions reflect qualities such as honesty, loyalty, and compassion, you create a magnetic field that attracts opportunities aligned with your deepest values. As Marcus Aurelius said, "True wealth consists in doing good." By living according to this Stoic principle, you not only demonstrate your value to the world, you also build a life rich in meaning, purpose, and genuine prosperity. You've come this far, and that already says a lot about you. It means that you are committed to transforming your life, to demonstrating your true value, and to attracting wealth in a genuine way that is aligned with your principles. And now, at the end of this Stoic journey, I want you to reflect on everything we've shared today. Every lesson, every principle, every insight is a powerful tool for you to build a life of authenticity, purpose, and prosperity. The Stoics taught us that true power lies not in what we possess or what we say, but in how we live. Demonstrating your worth is not about impressing others with words or appearances. It's about acting with integrity, setting clear boundaries, embracing your imperfections, and living in line with your deepest values. It's about practicing virtues such as honesty, loyalty, and compassion in everything you do. Most importantly, it's about having the courage to let go of what no longer serves you and focus on what really matters. Remember the words of Marcus Aurelius, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. Everything is within you." Everything you need to demonstrate your value and attract wealth is already there inside you. Now it's time to put these teachings into practice. Be the rock in the storm, live with purpose, and let your actions speak louder than any words. If this video has brought clarity or inspiration to your life, don't keep it to yourself. Like this video and subscribe to the channel to continue receiving transformative content like this. Share in the comments which Stoic lesson resonated most with you. I'd love to hear from you. And remember, by applying these Stoic principles in your daily life, you not only transform your own life, but you also become a powerful example to those around you. Stoicism is a continuous journey of self-knowledge and growth, so keep exploring this timeless philosophy. Here are 2 videos full of Stoic wisdom to help you take the next step on your journey. Thank you for being here until the end. It means a lot. Now get out there and show the world the incredible value that lies within you. See you in the next video.